Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miruri and I do videos to legal conversations. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to look at some of the misconceptions about lawyers. But before we do that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly do consider subscribing to the channel so that the family grows, and please also share the videos with your friends and your family. So today's video will set a platform or a foundation for the next series of videos they're going to do, where we will bring in young lawyers, both women and men, to just share their experiences in the law profession and what they have been able to do in terms of the different career paths that they've been able to take. So to get right into it, the misconception. So I just went into internet and took out some of the misconceptions that people have about lawyers. So number one misconception is that lawyers always need to be aggressive. So I think this is also something that are told to children growing up, that for you to be a lawyer you need to come out as aggressive, and I think this is absolutely not true. I don't know why being aggressive is attributed to lawyers. I have personally been told that I'm aggressive, and I know friends or colleagues who have been told that they are the way they are because they are lawyers. So this is a total myth, and I think it's a myth because I think the confusion is the persuasiveness that lawyers have, and I think and actually being persuasive is something that is taught at law school, that you need to be persuasive enough to be able to persuade the judges, for you to persuade the judges about the evidence that you have in your case or about your case. So maybe the two are always being confused, but the fact that, or the idea that lawyers need to be aggressive, is a total myth. I think being aggressive is a personality thing. Just to say, being aggressive is a personality thing, not something that is attributed to the profession that you have chosen. So number two misconception about lawyers is that lawyers feed off your life tragedies. Yeah, because most people think that lawyers only are important or come, or their help is needed when there is a tragedy, like where someone has committed a crime and they need to come in to make sure that that person is prosecuted, etc. But lawyers do not necessarily feed off your tragedy, because lawyers, there are different aspects of the law profession that I think most people maybe are not conversant with. For example, when you're setting up your business, sometimes it's good to bring in a lawyer for advice, to just help you with the legal attributes or the legal risk that you should consider when setting up a business. They also are important in things like during succession, like in the family dispute matters, how to peacefully make sure that an estate that has been left behind by a deceased is shared or is inherited by the right people and in a peaceful manner. So there are different aspects of the law that I don't think is out there that lawyers do, and so most people, and I think that I understand why the myth would exist. Number three myth is that a good lawyer always wins a case. And I think this myth, what it's trying to say, that if you lose a case, you've lost it because you're not a good lawyer. This is a total myth, and I just want, if you are in Kenya, or if you've been following the election processes that have been happening in Kenya, you have seen that there was an election petition, and in most election petitions, the lawyers that are hired for the cases are mostly very good lawyers, and sometimes they end up losing the case. So losing a case is not about you being a good lawyer or a bad lawyer, but it's about if the case is in your favor, or it can depend on the nature of the case. Of course, sometimes also it depends on how prepared you are as a lawyer, but mostly if you are a good lawyer and the case is not in your favor, then you're most likely you're most highly likely to lose that case. Number 4 myth is that lawyers are always expensive. So this is a myth because it depends on the type of lawyer or different lawyers that you approach. There are lawyers who are expensive, and they could be expensive depending on if the number of years that they have practiced and also the nature of case that you bring to them. But there are also lawyers who are not necessarily expensive. And also we have lawyers who take up pro bono cases purely for free. And so having a blanket idea that lawyers are expensive is a total myth. The last misconception is that lawyers are rich. Goodness, lawyers are rich. So this is a total myth. I think maybe our parents or grandparents who were lawyers, there was some assurance that if you go into the profession, you will always make some good amount of money that will make you be categorized as rich. But in the world that we live in, things have really changed, and it depends on your tactics, it depends on your hard work, it depends on your strategies that will make you bring in enough money. And it's not an umbrella thing that lawyers will automatically become rich. So that's a myth that I think is also drawn from the history of how lawyers were viewed in the past. But in the today's world, this is a total myth. Lawyers are not always rich. So I think those are the misconceptions we'll handle today. And coming or in the next video, we will get to understand more about who lawyers are and what they have been able to do in the profession, and also understand what kind of personalities the different lawyers have. We'll get to ask them what they think of themselves in terms of personality wise. And if you have any questions that you'd want to know from them, put them in the comment section below, and I'll be very glad enough to pick them up and ask the guests that we'll have in the next series of videos that we're going to have in the coming month. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ciao.